All right, let's see if we can't take a look at how Luna's doing today and see if we can't trade out of this situation. I think this is a fun little aspect. We've got ourselves a little fib retracement here, which is something we were using yesterday to kind of find some points of possible resistance. And yeah, this should be interesting because there's a lot of action going on right now. And there's a few causes for it, I believe, related to the ecosystem being kind of shut down. The network is down. There's no more inflationary tokens being put into the system. So we have an opportunity to play with the meme volatility, so to speak. And I say meme volatility because I think that's what we're speculating. There's a lot of memes going on right now. And I think a lot of people are trading the memes, but why not? That's a nice little one right there. $100 on it would get you a long way at this point. What do we do? Let's do. I'd say there would be a possibility of a long position here if we got a bounce. How do I add on? How do I even zoom into that? How do I even possibly zoom? How many zeros? 4 zeros, 1095. 4 zeros, 1095. Something like that. Let's see what Terra's TVL is. It's gone down by another 100 million today. That's a lot. Down from 32 billion, but 100 million in a day. Everything's pretty much failing. I wonder how this is doing. Yeah, it's gone to zero. Oh, is this thing done? I think this one's actually closed up shop. Either that or this is glitching out. That's not a good sign. Looks like it's actually completely imploding on itself. Let's see where UST is too. Any avail? Oh, I type enter too fast. UST, let's do it on FTX. I'm a big fan. Oh, wow. Even had a dip from yesterday. Yeah, it's a bummer. How much is still locked up? That's an interesting question. How much is still locked up in UST? They have still 11.2 billion. They haven't changed that at all. Somewhere here, I think, is a possibility. How is this not connected anymore?
So you need a website. Go to 5.
Luna, UST, it's been an insane week and might get even crazier because there's multiple plans floating around to attempt and revive this entire ecosystem. If you're a UST or ex-UST holder, I need your help pushing through one of these proposals, so please watch this entire video. It is extremely important. Also, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to everyone for the support on my last Luna video. I'm just so glad for this community of investors who've come together to actually help one another. If there's any silver lining to all of this, it's that. So let's do a brief recap. The Terra ecosystem has completely collapsed in the last week. Luna, the main token, lost 99.99999% of its value, decimating everyone. The YouTuber KSI posted on this on how his $2.8 million investment into Luna turned into $1,000. And honestly, as of the recording of this, that $1,000 is likely worth less than $1 as Luna's token price is. It's looking like a meme coin at this point. And then we have UST, the stable coin that's backed by the Terra network. This one is especially sad to me. It's supposed to be worth $1, a safe haven from crypto volatility, and of course that didn't happen. UST
I don't know. I don't know if there'll be any trust ever restored back into the entire ecosystem, honestly. No matter what they manage to come up with. I think anything he touches for a while is going to be given a really hard time. I think they're still making proposals. This is just... The thing that bums me out is it doesn't mean that anyone who pulled out gets anything. If you pulled out early, you don't get anything, which is kind of frustrating. So many options 4 minutes ago. Available. It doesn't look like there's a chance for recovery. Some feeling it's a life-changing disaster. But if life goes on, so many other things that are far more important in life than money. Lessons learned here. How many years of life saving than crypto? Investors like Warren Buffett hate crypto. He said he doesn't invest in anything he doesn't understand. Many people invested without the knowledge of how it works, for sure. Hands down. I think that's crypto in general, though. I think that's crypto in general. I wish everyone recovers every single cent of what was lost. Ricardo, buenos dias. What's happening? How you doing? What time is it? What time is it there if it's morning? Is it like real early? Or is it time to hit the markets, start trading like a degen? What's not going to fly? Agree 100% that's not going to fly. Those investors and coin holders sleep. They don't wonder why they get fucked. Then they don't. I also might agree to mention the community points certain issues. Since many of the YouTubers' analysis said that this kind of attack could be possible and UST Luna is vulnerable. And the community asks, just woke up 10 a.m. in the Philippines. That's bueno though, 10 a.m. That's nice. Day's just getting started. Is it hot there? What's the temperature in the Philippines? Where are you? I'm trying to think like equatorially. Is it winter or summer there? I know when I lived in Australia, it was like the opposite. Winter was summer and vice versa. But does it really matter? I remember it was kind of like in Australia, it was just always like humid and warm. And nobody needs to wonder after the attack, and therefore has absolutely no right for any compensation. Biologist nature would let the slow, stupid, and weak sleeping benefit, then it would go backwards. Oh, so he's saying don't do it. About 5 million Luna hot like me. Yeah, boy. When did you buy 5 million? We already talked about this. I've been seeing so many people telling me how much they bought recently. I think someone was saying yesterday, 5 million it went down and then they made their profit and then they took it out and then they're living off of like 100 or a million, waiting for that to go somewhere. I think they bought down here. So it's kind of sad. See, this is those pumps that get people sucked in though, right? When you look at it, right? Like this pump here was what everyone's now like staring at. And it's like even me, I feel kind of stupid sitting here like, oh, is it going to do something else? You know, it's like that meme with the stick. You know, you're like poking it. Do something. Do something. There's still gains to be made though. I'm curious to see what will happen if this bounces. It's going to do another one. Three zeros. Nice. Yeah, right here, somewhere over here. What are you gonna do? Just let it ride? Is that the plan of attack? So you're about 67% right now. Is that the play? I got 4x, but I didn't sell. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking where you've been. I'm looking where you've been. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been real nice for sure. For sure. What a sad. But that's the thing. Hindsight's 2020. You know, you see it go like that. What I will say about the angle of attack, though, is that when it's that crazy, you know, that's definitely something to look out for. Although I guess look at all these crazy ones. Who would have thought that one, this one? Still 67%. I mean, I guess what at this point you're just riding it, huh? YOLO. Is YOLO the right words here? Wondering what else is YOLO. What else are you in? Is this the only one? You're just playing for the memes? You playing in anything else? What do we got trending? I keep seeing this stepping. Keeps being on the trending. It's kind of beating the market. What's this? It's got to be something else. Something else fun to get into. Biggest gainers today. Ethos Project. You ever heard of that? Oh, it's small. Look at that. Wow. 3 cents from about a fraction of a cent. Nah, you're just playing for the memes? Yeah, I still should have put some money in. I didn't because I saw the bounce and then it kind of immediately went back down last night after I streamed. So I was like, nah. Where was it? It was somewhere here, right? I don't know where I saw the bounce. But it's kind of that moment now where it's like, nah, do something. I wish there'd be like, you know, now there's some more excitement. I think everything's quieted down. Everything on Twitter has become real calm. Everyone's kind of like the reality of the situation. How you guys doing over there as far as like economics, like as far as like the supply chain and all that jazz? Have you noticed it? Inflation going up? Is anything being kind of crazy over there that you could, you know, see the economy as far as your slice of the world slowing down? Oh, I should probably tweet this thing. Let's get a tweet out. Let's get one. Let's get a picture too. How about we get a picture? Let's get a tweet with the picture of the rockets in there. I feel like that really sells people. Let's do that. This is the tweet picture. This is the rocket. Can we trade out of this crazy Luna crash? What do we think? Do we think that has enough? Do we think that has enough, you know, fear tactics in there to really get people interested? Where's the image? ¿Dónde? Yo, where did I literally just put that picture? I don't know. I don't know where I put it. Should be interesting to see how this affects everything, though. On a real, it's so interesting how it just kind of like all stops. Like all the excitement of everything is really kind of, I think, fizzled down for a lot of people. Hey, what's up? Greetings from West PA. Wow, thank you. Greetings from the West Coast. How you doing? How you doing this evening? Are you up anymore? Did you pull out any profits? I think we talked about this, right? I think we talked about this yesterday, or was it the day before? I'm trying to send out a tweet here. What did I do with that image? I'm trying to do something inflammatory. See, I got the rockets going. I got everything going. Wow, that's interesting. You can see all that too. I guess I must have closed it. Let's get a nice little one with a rocket and an arrow. I don't want to put like a... Gotta put something else on it. I'm not good at trading. Any pointers? I mean, I'm more of a long hold and a macro kind of guy myself, but honestly, there's a few things as far as like setting up your resistances and then kind of keeping out for a few of the standards, like double bottoms, double tops, you know, that sort of stuff. Because a lot of it with investing, a lot of it with trading really comes to like self-fulfilling prophecy. And I've talked about this before with crypto in general, but trading's kind of the same way. It's because like all the traders are using the same tactics, or they all know about the same tactics. So you kind of want to get versed on a few of the basic ones because they're using them as well. So, got 100K followers on Facebook. I want to share your video, but I don't think my followers interest on crypto because it's from different niche. What do you do? What is your niche? Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I appreciate trying to get people to swing in, but you know, crypto certainly isn't for everybody. But if they want to learn, I'm willing to talk about it. But what do you do? What do you got 100,000 followers for? That's cool. What am I doing? I'm trying to send this tweet out. Yeah, so as far as like trading, picking out bottoms and stuff like that, like, you know, you generally, like an easy one for me at very least for just finding for resistance that can really just kind of tell you, again, because I like to pick more macro stuff. So it's like, finding generally are we going to be close to a bottom or generally are going to be close to a top is usually what I'm looking for. I don't go wild with this sort of like swing trading and that sort of stuff. So it would be like looking for some place like these large lines of resistance, but like anything that would be like another point that matches up with this one horizontally. So let's see, like this. So like, oh, must have been on my other account. You can set this to go... I'm pretty sure you can set this to go in both directions, can't you? And we got the wrong one. It's the H one. Oh yeah, horizontal line. Okay, cool. So there we go. So something, you know, that's not actually a spot that I would pick, but I start to do that. I literally just put a horizontal line and start to find like, is there a place where these peaks keep bouncing off of? If I'm not using something like this. Again, the fib chart was something that I had someone just mention yesterday. The Spartan tube. What's the Spartan tube? Is that your brand? Or is that... the Spartan eradicator? The mosquito eradicator? Yeah, share it for sure. Let me know. I don't mess around on what's it called? I really don't mess around on Facebook. I don't. I got in a little late to that one. Unfortunately. What do we have here? Let's do Twitter. Didn't I already have one going? Sorry, I'm going to do this again to the screen. All right. So let's put this here. Let's pick out this picture. Yeah, something. My page is the Spartan. You can look it up. I post your live. Ooh, thank you. I appreciate it. Let me check. Is it on Facebook? It's Facebook specifically. I don't know how to get myself a link. How do I even get my link? There we go. Copy that. Boom. Let's do this. Swing. All right, there we go. That's enough of me trying to do that, which I'm horrible at. Facebook, let's head on over. Oh, I don't even have it on this. I don't even have like access to it. I gotta pull up another one. A different social media account altogether. What is it called? My page is The Spartan. That's what it's called. Oh, I think this is done. Which one are we talking here? I just typed in The Spartan. Is it this? Is it this literally this Spartan one? No. You have to tell me which one. I do not know which one it is. But yeah, I wouldn't use that one. I wouldn't use that bottom of that anywhere. Someone made a good point the other day too, that this was not, it's kind of hard to use any real TA on this sort of trading pattern here. 106,000 followers. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't use Facebook. Is there a better way to figure it out? I typed in The Spartan. Wait, okay, I will wait. How about that? I bet the farm at 15 current value of my investing has recovered roughly 30%. Any real confirmation of this rumor token burn? No, I was actually speculating on that earlier. So I was reading some stuff. It looks like that the proposals haven't gone through. There's still a lot of chatter about it. They're just trying. I think they're trying to figure out. I don't think there's any coming back as far as them coming back to They're just not talking, and I think a lot of people are mentioning that. Like, there's not a lot. They're still kind of trying to decide on whether or not anything is being done. See, this was the last one, was yesterday, and they basically said we'll post updates here, and it seems like that would be something that they'd be saying about the fakes. Maybe people were putting stuff out there, but I'd have to say that again, we'll know the minute that this inflation starts going crazy, because this will tank instantly, is once the burn starts up again. But what did you have? You said you got it at 0015. Well, you're way up there, yeah. So you're down. Sure, you don't mean an extra zero in there, Ricardo? Or Richard, sorry. That would be, because that would mean you're down significantly. Or did you buy down here somewhere lower? .015? You did a short then? Oh, it's recovered 30% from the bottom. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, sorry, I was misreading what you were saying. So it went, yeah, because it went down there and then it's come up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. I remember seeing that number, and I was like, I remember you saying you threw in a lot and it's gone to there. Yeah, that's pretty devastating. Yeah. We'll see. You don't want to have a burn. That's the thing though, right? Like, you're not wanting the burn, because the burn would make this crash again. It's actually good that they've shut it down, honestly. I feel like at this point what we would be needing is some sort of like bullish news. Debating on cutting your losses. In what way? Like, oh, just taking out what you've got now. Dropped to $34. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just such a big drop. I feel like pulling out $34 isn't worth it. Oh, I guess that would have been the bottom, right? So you've come up, you're what, a few $100 maybe? Or 30%? I don't know. Did you come up, are you talking you came out 30% from 34, or did you come up 30% from the whole thing? Let me see, where was 1.5? That's a big drop, man. So you're down 83% roughly, assuming like right on 1.5. So 83% down. There's a little bit, yeah. I mean, that's money to pull out. Yeah, I just did that math real quick. So currently we're at about 3. Yeah, that's what so it's a tough decision, because that now starts to be enough money to move the needle, to be honest. And like I was telling people, if they were holding on to it and it was like, worth $50 or something, or then who cares? Like $100 even is like, you're still probably not even worried about it. But at that point, that's still stuff that you could do something with, honestly. But if you're not going to try, and I don't know what's the answer to, like, as far as getting back as well, like, because if you're not much of a trader, finding these kind of meme shots might be difficult. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have the answer for that. I really don't. I mean, you could try and play this bounce. You could try and wait for after this to see if this bounce happens. I don't know how much more of a drop that is, but this kind of was playing a little bit of something yesterday. So who knows? I mean, again, what do they call TA? Technical analysis is men's astrology. So don't risk it, Ricardo says. I mean, it's some value right now. It's some amount of money, and that's worthwhile, right? Like, that could do something for you. So what were you thinking? What was the reason behind just YOLOing in? Was it just that? A YOLO? Or was there something you were thinking? Did you use the platform before? Like, how long have you been in crypto? 850. Fonzie. I have 850 left. Should I just hold? 850 left out of how much? Depends on how much. It's relative to if it's a massive loss, if you're excited about keeping it. Do you think we're going up? Possibly. I don't mean to be too vague about it, but the fact that it's done any sort of move now is because we've cut the spigot off from the inflation machine, which is the minting mechanism. So we have a chance now for it to be traded back and forth. And I think this is those point where it'd be interesting to see what comes out of their proposals, which they're talking about things to do here. They're talking about what they should end up doing with potentially a fork. We gotta go, there's a lot of conversation about it. A potential fork where they're gonna compensate people. But if it is kept separate, there will be an opportunity for it to continue as its own little thing. There's going to be a bunch of people holding it and they can continue trading it. Like now it's got its own ecosystem. So if you have some and you're down bad, hold it. I mean, like if it's worth $50, it's not worth it. But if it's worth a lot to you, then maybe consider it. I spent $100 only. It went up to 2,000. You're down. So then you're up 850. I mean, you're up 750. I mean, come on, my man. That's a good profit there. You know, like, is it going to keep going up? I would take some out. I would take some profits out, man. Why not? You know, like depends on how much you want to play it. Again, I got this sort of fib chart up right now that was someone suggested last night trying, and it did play out here and kind of here. So that's what this arrow is all about, is trying to see if there's another one there that can potentially show up. So you might want to wait for that bounce. But other than that, I don't know. The news as far as, so this right now is probably very driven, community driven, like meme driven. So I feel like news is what's going to happen. But here's the thing, you're not going to know what news it is until it snaps. So unless you're really paying attention to Twitter, paying attention to the news to find out when something might be the thing that pulls the trigger. Ricardo, I bought 1,000 to it at $1. I thought I could break even for my loss. Yeah. You just bought now at 150? Like, did you literally, Ricardo, like right now or like around here? What happened was I made 14 off of 6,000 when it first fell below 1 penny. I noticed on the order books there was billions in buy orders, so I thought at 75 cents and hold at 21 cents. Oh, not 75 cents, but a fraction of a cent there, and then it's 21 cents. That was the game plan. Oh, that's how you made the 14. Okay, yeah. So I imagine you did something I attempted to repeat with 20. Still billions on the order books. Didn't know they were minting trillions. Yeah, I think lots of us were, I don't know. It wasn't until too late that I realized how much was left it wasn't going to make it. Like, I thought it might even potentially repeg, but then I realized, I was like, oh, there's just so much that it can't. And it wasn't tipping away, it wasn't chunking away enough. By the whole day's time, it wasn't enough. So yeah, I think a lot of us got a little stuck on that one. Okay, thanks. I was trying to use RSI all day today to make small plays and get back to around 1,200, but failed. My brain hurts now. I'll just hold. Thanks, though. Yeah, dude, man, it's one of those. If you're not used to doing like those kind of trades, you know, real fast minutes in the real soon ones, and doing swing trades and stuff like that, then just, I don't know, dude. I'm trying, you get some good lucky ones and then you get some bad ones, but I still feel like there's one of those that potentially it's like you'd be looking at a play here, and honestly, I think there's something to be said for paying attention to the news and seeing if it can come out. But as far as not having any more minting, this is a free grab to see what happens, because right now there's a bunch of people sitting in here, so there's bots kicking the ball around, and then really there's a bunch of people sitting with some value, and then there's a bunch of punters like you boys in the chat that are picking this up for $100, 20,000 in some cases, and keeping this thing going up. People sell, then those people might lose some. So there's a lot of action that's still keeping it going, which is why we're seeing these potentials. And look at these. There's still money to be made. I mean, that's I looked at this yesterday. It's like a 50-60%. You could have picked up if you spotted that, right? So it's one of those where there's still opportunities to be made. Even this, like if you're confident shorting, you know, that's what I actually have here. So I have this little puppy here, which is like generally if I ever do those shorter trades, I do like a 4-to-1 risk ratio. And that's what that would be. If this was on a bounce, that would be probably, that there would be my exit to come back up here. To just before this resistance too, which is kind of cool. So it would be just there, but it also gives it a 4-to-1. So then that means there's a stop loss somewhere. You'd be about here, just below, just above this one, you know? So maybe it would be like right at that, might even be better. Probably there, yeah. So that's about the stop loss right along this one. Kind of along that line there. It's almost something. Better to use the 4-hour and 1 hour for trading. Yeah, again, I mean, we're just more so talking about like real short, picking up some, like, is it going to make it in a short period of time? I guess if we're looking, if you want to do a hold, let's go zoom in. Let's see what that looks like at the 4-hour. But I know what you mean with the 1 hour and the 4 hour for sure. Like if I'm doing, if I was doing something like not like this, but something that was like like Bitcoin or something that had larger even plays, I'd probably be at the 1 hour and 4 hour, and I'd look for confirmations at each one. I'd start at the 4 and then work my way to 1 and then do the half hour just to see if there was a potential they were all going the same direction, right? But at this point, like at this one, it's just too hard. There's not much going on. 1 hour, there's a little bit of action. Let's see. You know, that's where I think this is where you might be interested here, Fonzie, would be like, what is it going to long term going to do if you want to play that anymore? But I still think you got some profits there that you may want to consider taking. It's just such a volatile. It's just so memed. I wasn't paying attention when it crashed down several zeros. I had just waited 2 hours. I'd been a millionaire. Instead, I'm going to the welfare office on Tuesday. I hope that's a joke. I hope the welfare don't be for real though. That sucks. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, from here to here, there could have been a lot. There could have been a lot gained. $1 million Luna for $150. That's when you bought in. Yeah, that's right. So you did mention that. That's what you got for $150. Didn't you say, Ricardo? Aren't you playing with like? Didn't you say you have 5 million right now? Does that mean you're down on some of them? The millions at the 150, sitting on 11 million Luna. $10 billion market cap. Yeah, it's not. What'd you say, 1.7? Yeah, it's a long way, my friend. Very reachable. I mean, it's relative, Ricardo. It's reachable, but it isn't, you know? I mean, like, look how far up I've got to... Look what it did. This here, okay, just to put this into perspective, this was a 5,000% gain. And look at how it's like, you know what I mean? Like squat it is on the charts. 17,000% gain, you know? Oh, I guess, yeah, you're right. My bad. I take that back. Ricardo's doing the right thing. Hopium. I was being a realist. I apologize. That is not what you need. What you need is some you need some good drugs right now is what you need. But yeah, if you want to make a longer, like long-term sort of play off of it, like see how you feel about it coming off. There's not any data points here as far as I'm concerned to really be, let's go look at the half hour to see if there's anything that confirms that maybe we're going up. You know, I guess maybe you could say that this is a double bottom, you know? Might be an opportunity to kind of look at that as one. Although it's like this isn't really super confident to me, but it could be. That said, if it does hit this, I would be super curious. If it did hit this and go up, then that would be something nice. But still, even at the half hour, it's like, what's it going to do long term? I think there's just too much nonsense out there. Yeah, sorry, Richard. I don't know if that's possible, man. It's like a 17,000%. Shut your mouth. Just trying to, Beats Nation, trying to wrap my head around everything. New to the crypto scene. Do Kwon bet million by March 2022 Luna would reach $93. When did he bet that? And not to mention, let's go look at this one real quick. Where was it? I mean, it was somewhere in there by March. 92, and then it fluctuated up. It went into, or was he? It's pretty close. I guess someone was probably like semantics on it. Look at that. March 1. That would suck if you lost that. It's on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Everyone was 100% bullish to this. So if you're kind of wondering what happened, if that's where you're at, and as far as your head goes in this whole space, nobody's, I mean, we know what happened is basically someone dumped on the market and took a short out, or it seems that they took a short out and basically crashed it because they just pulled the strings on both sides. But everything about this project, as far as I could tell, was pretty solid. You know, honestly, it was pretty solid. It was there. A lot of people liked it. It's like you said, a certain news event could get the market cap to like 7 or 8 billion, maybe. I'd at least break even. Straight up. When you first said how much you have left over or what you're kind of sitting at, that's a really hard decision because of where you want to be, but where you are is still tangible. So you're put in a really tough position with that one. Like I said, if it was even under a G, you might be like, let me just ride and see what happens. But we're waiting for answers, right? So this, again, the proposal's out. Twitter is kind of dead from responses from them. I think the first piece of news, you'd want to be ready. If you're going to stay in this, my suggestion would be at very least be prepared with the first piece of news. Subscribe to Do Kwon, subscribe to Terra, subscribe to a few other lunatics out there, and pay attention to their Twitter. Put up some feeds anytime anything's mentioned, and be ready for whatever that news is. If it's bearish, bullish, pay attention. If you start seeing the needle go down, maybe that's it to take out or whatever. But other than that, I don't know, because it's, you know what I mean? I feel like, again, this was like a Wall Street bets play. What are the chances Luna recover? What would need to be done for a recovery? I think it's done. I don't think they even plan on trying to do a recover. What would need to happen, just to let you know, and I've kind of talked about this the last few days, this would need to get to $1. It's at 17 cents right now. And let's look at the last 7 days. That's where it needs to get up to, which is about a 300% gain. So it needs to get back up to there, and then this thing could eventually maybe get its way back to reality, or stop minting, and then people could start trading it back into lifeblood. But that's because the reason that this won't happen is that there's $11 billion, and this is the market cap, and I'm sorry you can't see it properly on the screen, but right there, total market supply. That means there's $11 billion of people who want this to be $1. And every time it goes up, some people decide to just pull. And so it can't ever get back up to $1. So it's kind of screwed. And that's generally the sentiment you're going to find from everyone right now, is that it has no tredge. I mean, get half recovery? Yeah, even half recovery. Richard, even half recovery would be better, you know. Can it get back up to this? I just don't know. Like this, I didn't see this coming. I don't even know what 100% caused that other than memes. Recent market cap before crash is 20 billion. You can make 20x. What do you mean 20 billion on what? 20 billion for UST? Is that what you're talking about, Ricardo? I'm pretty sure the market cap was around 4 billion when it reached, okay, at 3045. Possibly 8 billion would be roughly '07, and then I would get back approximately 9,000. I would say that you've put the math out. You may want to consider like a staggered exit, putting points along the way that will pull you out. That's something that I considered coming out. I didn't actually do it, which in hindsight, I wish I had. I would have pulled out a little bit more. But you would come out, you know what I mean? Like you pick a point like along here and say like, cool, if it reaches, let's just use these lines as a visual. So it's like if it gets out there, 10%. If it gets out there, 15%. If it gets out there, you know what I mean, 30%. And as you go up, it takes out a bigger chunk until the last chunk is like left, and then you have your last stop. That would be one way to consider it, right? That might be something to do to like kind of reverse DCA, right? I mean, it's not a reverse DCA, it is a DCA, but do you think 1 cent is possible? Absolutely not. In the near 100 years, no. I'm being a little joking with that. I don't mean to be so cold about the no, but there's no way it's getting back up there anytime soon. I mean, there's trillions here, there's too much market pressure, and there's no reason for it to go up because there's nobody who's going to put that much money into it. I feel you. Yeah, Richard, it's one of those, just assess which one makes the most sense to you. Like I said, DCing out might be a good way to kind of get some, it wouldn't be the full amount, but it would be the difference. Maybe it would be kind of like a 50% between 3,000 and 9, right? Like if your goal is really like, if I could just get to the 9, 9,000 out at what did you say, 9 at 0.007? Yeah. Or 3 zeros and a 7. So instead you'd come out with like 6,000. But you know what I mean? That way, at least if it did tank, you'd have a better bet of getting some of it out. I don't know if I'm making sense on that, but yeah, that might be one way to look at it. But again, if we are thinking, really the biggest thing here for everyone who's in the chat, everyone who's watching right now, is to consider what this is. The biggest thing about it is that this is probably done. The only reason there's any trade action happening on Luna and it's not crashing into oblivion is because they have stopped the burning and minting mechanism. Well, the network is not on, therefore it's not running, therefore there's no new coins being made to be put into it. To my understanding, this was the last thing I saw. They halted the network. The talk now is that they might fork off and make a whole new network. Take all the remaining money they have and put it into that new network, paying some people out, and then trying to gain trust and building an entirely new network that has nothing to do with this one. This one, unfortunately, would be left to sort of crumble. As you can see, what this has created is a self-sustaining ecosystem of Luna. So inside of this, I believe this is just people who have it in their wallets, basically trading it back and forth, trying to pull money from one person to the other. So imagine there was 100 people in the room. This is 100 people in the room trading amongst each other, taking and losing money to each other. That's what I think, that's what this just feels like it is. It's not, there's no more money being added into the supply, but that's how a market works. That's what a market is. I think 35 billion market cap for 1 penny. Yeah, that's, what's it at right now? To 2.25. 6 trillion. It's at 6 trillion. So that's a long way to go. But it's not impossible. Again, we've seen moves like this, we've seen moves like that, and you're really not trying to get, crazy high. You're really not trying to make up all this ground, right? And you can see, look, there was a point when it made a mad dip and then went all the way back up. Look at that. What's that kind of recovery? Who made money on that? I mean, I guess that's only a 500. It's like the further down you go, it's like those are always the considerations. Like the further towards the bottom you are, the more it stretches out and means more. Will this go will this get point? How many zeros is that? Oh, my friend. 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Will it go that low? Ooh. What did it get to? Yeah, probably not. It looks like they halted trading. They might be out of liquidity if it gets that low. It's not inflating anymore, so there's a good chance that it won't get down to that Samaya. And a short time to get there. Yeah, that's what exactly. Like you want to go that far. You want to traverse all the way to 35 billion in a very short period of time. Hopium. I'm going to give you hopium. It's definitely possible. What you should do is double down. No, don't do that. But do consider what is your best option to get out now, or DCA out. How do you see Luna in the next 24 hours? This is what I've been saying, and for anyone jumping in, it's just hard to pick because we're not getting responses, or we're just in a quiet period. I think we had a weekend. The reality of it is next week will start up. I think people will get back to some sort of having to finalize an answer. So there's a lot of questions around it actually starting a fork and doing that. But as far as getting answers and the news picking up on it, that might happen sometime tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, midday. I think they've just been taking the whole weekend to digest, come up with game plans, maybe just debriefing a little bit because that was a hell of a burning last week. And they've probably just been taking a breather. And hopefully we'll see some information come out from them. 6.5 billion is supply, I thought. 6.5 billion of what? Of Luna? It's 6.5 trillion. There's 12 zeros in there. Wasn't there 12 zeros? Did I look at that wrong? I think it's 6. I'm just looking at this one because it's easier. Yeah, I mean, that's 6,531 billion Luna. That's 6 trillion. Slip, what kind of dumb question is that? Oh, you were talking about going to the 0.000? Yeah, going lower. Yeah, that's going to be a hard bet. I'm just going to put 1,000 and forget. Yeah, I mean, if you're putting in now, you are just doing it as a gamble. I think it really is a gamble. We'll see what comes out of the news tomorrow. I mean, again, this I didn't expect to happen at all, honestly, this whole left side. So I'm curious to see if we'll see a bounce here. I'm going to go back down to, let's go down to 5 minutes. See, it hasn't even made it to that. I thought maybe we might get to this line, but the Fibonacci, the retracement here isn't holding up quite as well as it did yesterday. It was doing a little bit better yesterday. We'll see. It still could go down, bounce off that. Although we are seeing a little bit of an ascending, but it's just hard. It's I don't know. I don't really 100% believe any of this sort of stuff. It's really only 2 data points too, which is kind of dumb. Maybe there's something happening in there. I don't know. We'll see. If there is something, if this does come down here and sort of touch somewhere, either on this line or go to this one, then there might be something that could break either side. But I don't know which way. It's just, I didn't think this would go back up. They might want to FOMO with some information. Might want to FOMO with some information? Are you saying you might want to FOMO with some information? Yeah, personally, I'd wait to hear some information. What's that, Richard? Blood moon? Cool, heading outside? Oh, you going outside? Enjoy. What do you mean blood moon? Is there one outside right now? Whoa, guys, this blue moon is crazy. Go look at it. Oh, yo, all right, everybody in the chat, this is what we're doing. So if anyone shows up here later, I'm not disappearing. We're all gonna go have a look at the blood moon. I might be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna leave you guys to your own devices. If everyone decides to leave, I appreciate you stopping by. The moon is red, lol. Okay, I'm gonna go look. Everyone go look. All right, did everyone leave? As you, hopefully not a bad omen. Oh, don't say that. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see anything. I got too much cloud cover. So sad. I looked out front, I looked out back, and I peed on the wall. That's why it took so long. Did anyone see it? Was it cool? If we all look at it, the price will go up. This data will be a blip on the chart one day, 100%. It all is. That's what I always tell people to, like, you got to zoom out a little bit. Again, when you look at this, like, look how I'm looking at it. It looks super crazy. And then, like, here, you know what I mean? Like, it's really, not that it's ever getting back here, but you know what I mean? It's like, it can be that easy. I don't know why I did this. I did it just for the memes. It'll definitely be a blip on the radar one day. It won't be anything small. And here's the thing, like the entire crypto asset class is like down. So at the height of the bull run, it was about 3 trillion. And it's down to 1.3 now. So it's about halved. Okay. So we've lost a lot of people. We've lost a lot of money out of the space for the time being. No different than last bull run. No different. And that's just the thing. That's how it works, you know. It was spooky looking. I wish I could see it. It's so cloud cover. And literally, and then I looked it up and it was like, the cloud cover, will you be able to see it tonight? I was like, I can't see it. What? And I'm looking and I see like this orange light and it's like a light over there behind the clouds. It wasn't it. It was just like a light. Where is the total? Hopefully it isn't a bad omen. I think it's a good omen. Although I do think that BTC will drop a little bit more. So what did I see? Big BTC dip tomorrow? Question mark. Don't know. But I do think overall BTC has a little bit of a continuation to the downside. I do believe it still has continuation to the downside. Just put a buy above the high of the flag we have. If it doesn't go up, you aren't in the trade. That's what you're thinking? This one, this little guy here, I just put this earlier to see if it would go off the Fibonacci. Is that what you're talking? This isn't actually a trade I have. This was just something I at first put as speculation to see if it actually got there was something I'd consider on that Fibonacci line there. But at this point, I'm just leaving the Fibonacci up for colors because I don't think it's really doing what it was before. I think it had a bigger time and place. Guess I could correct it to something maybe. You know, make it fit to the information I want it to fit to. Like, just fit somewhere. There, right there. Look at that bounce. Would you put, you're thinking, are you just having like a little short one? I don't actually have that as a trade. It was just something I put way earlier on in the stream. So where was it? The 1.3, so the market cap is 1.3 trillion right now. So again, it went up to 3 roughly during the all-time highs that we recently saw. So I'm thinking that if we continue down a little bit more, as far as BTC goes, I've been talking to what does everyone in chat think about that? What do we think about BTC? I'm making some TikToks on it, trying to educate people on the possibility of a worst case scenario. And I saw a few other like YouTubers talking about it too. Like, what should we be prepared for really? So that's an 85% drop because I'm using kind of the 85% rule, like based on dips from previous. Do we think that that's something that could really happen? Like, again, if we just use that and then go to that low, look, right, that's like 85%. Same thing here. If we went to 85% from this all-time high, we'd be around 10K. This was sweet, best YouTube break ever. Dr. Terps, thanks for stopping by again. I didn't see that chat in there. I just saw you read it. We need news. Yes, we need something. We need a little bit of news. I imagine we're talking about Luna and Terra, right? We need something. We need something from them. They're still talking about this, and I see a lot of people over on Twitter, you know, chit-chatting. Home, sorry, not search, home. A lot of them, I think, are kind of digesting for the weekend. That's what I was just mentioning. Oh, here we go. Here's an actual proposal. Let's get this up. Stop preventing impermanent loss on UST and Luna pools. Oh, this just has something to do with, yeah, making sure stuff doesn't keep liquidating. That's it. There really isn't. I mean, it's also Sunday night. You know, people are mellowing out. So I think we need a little bit of news as a whole from them, and it could go either way. These guys, Denku R and Senfi, they play a large role in it. Nothing changed. Still a good idea. You need decentralized collateral, decentralized remnants. Yeah, people are just kind of like digesting everything that happened. Why would you even, what's even with the trade on 75 cents? What are we doing with 75 cents? KMS, what's the acronym I'm missing here? KMS? BTC is probably the safest, but the least likely to 3x or 5x, for example. ADA could possibly break new all-time high with the Jude hard fork, possibly 6x. Do you think so? Because I would love to. I am still also holding a bag of ADA. Super sad. Super sad. I did a bit of a news play last time, and I thought it would go just a little. I literally waited just a little too long, and then it just went down. I go, no, it'll be okay. I'll just hold. And then it went way past where I bought it, and I was like, not worth it. I was doing limit orders all the way down. It was the bottom of the boom and my last change. That was all you had, 75 cents? Oh, just like whatever you had in there, you probably just went like click trade. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Right down here. I think we were talking about this, right? Weren't you on my stream when you were talking about actually getting in here with something? Somewhere down here? You got to play with more than 75 cents, but even 75 cents, if you had to rode it all the way up, oh no, it is, so it's 50, right? It's $37 off 75 cents. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, my friend. That real change turned into real money. You just wanted to put 75 cents on what, for the memes for yourself so you could laugh if it did okay? Oh, okay, I have like 25. How are you doing overall in your trades? Are you up or down? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we're at. I don't know what we're thinking. I think a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen. At this point, we're just memeing around. Under $10 in and up over 1K. Nice. Wow. Really working it. That's not bad returns. I feel like we should all be taking pointers from you. Where's your stream? That's pretty solid. Almost wish you had played with more, huh? Hindsight's always 20/20. I bought ADA when it was 20 cents, and previous hard fork was a 5x. Really? Okay, because I got in later. I didn't really even hear about it until later. Or I mean, I knew about it, but then I was like, oh, I'll get into this because I was a little skeptical. And 3x for me. Unfortunately, I took profit and foolishly held the rest as it fell 80%. The remainder is what I bet on Luna. Oh! Down bad, my friend. You still think it's got legs, though? You think? I mean, I know there's so much FUD around ADA right now, and I know it's the same sort of nonsense that even projects like Ethereum go through, where everyone wants to put it down, and they're working on making something theoretically. If they can come out the other side, I feel like through this bull run, we'll see something hopefully out the other side. So that's what I'm holding right now. If we do get something that surpasses it, though, I will definitely be pulling out some monies. But you only put 75 cents on the lowest order. What was did you have like a scale that went all the way down? Or was it like just a shit ton of really low dollar and penny worth stocks of trades? 25 you said, huh? And under $10? Yeah, so you just like what kind of like dynamically downward DCA'd? About 2 million Luna on dip. It pumped on 75. How much my profit? On which dip? Did you just buy more? Oh, Jesus. Okay, Jesus. Sorry. I didn't see. I thought your icon was very similar to someone, Richard. I thought you were buying more. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop buying. I bought 2 million Luna on dip. It pumped on 75 cents. How much my profit? Where did you buy? You bought it at 75 cents? Would you retract there, Mr. Dr. Terps? Would you retract? Was this something inappropriate? Isn't going to 75 cents, lol. Yeah, if that's where you bought at 75 cents, you're not in a good place. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Hold on to it and see what happens, but it's not going back there. What is 2 million Luna? How much is that? It's 75 cents. Is it 75 cents, he said? No. What am I doing wrong way around? 2 million. So that's clearly not right. How many zeros over? What am I doing? So it's 75 cents. Why is my brain not working on that? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's getting a little late for me. That's the point you got in. Was 0.003? It's still that's a far distance to go, my friend. 2 zeros. 2 zeros is a far way to go. 0.3. That's even further than you've got, Richard. Y'all okay with being a meme coin? What do you mean? Luna being a meme coin? Us being a meme coin? 2 million was $600 yesterday. Yeah, down here, that I could imagine. Just under 1.6. Oh, retracted. 2 million times 0.75. That's what I did, but at 75 cents that would have been 1.5 million. So that's why I was like, that can't be what he was betting. There's no way he's sitting in here asking us questions if he just put in $1.5 million. Although maybe you're looking for answers. If they abandon us, then what do we do? We're doing it. This is it. It's a community. We're having like a community sit down and trying to trade ourselves out with memes. This is it. They have abandoned us. The entire Twitter is pretty much like there's a lot of people on the one side of like there hasn't been enough done. They needed to have done more throughout it. I don't know what they could have done, but I saw another tweet today about someone talking about suicide. And I heard one yesterday about someone losing $20 million. So I feel like they should give the amount of coins I spent on it. I feel like they should give the amount of coins I spent on it. What do you mean by that, Andrew? Like give you your money back? or at least give you in the new proposal, because in the new proposal they're talking about giving you some assets. Yeah, they're talking about giving you a percentage of what you had. I'm glad, Richard. I hope it is. This is kind of really what this is about. I mean, a certain day I'm not going to be doing streaming the Luna anymore because people will move on, but I figured let's still talk about Luna for a minute while everyone's got some stuff to get off their chest. Or some of these crazy DGen plays 75 cents into $37 that we're playing out there, Dr. Terps. You're fine with taking 90% cut, 90% cut for your new V2 tokens. I would be interested if I didn't sell mine trying to get out. That's what's also like kind of shitty. Is like, what about the people who waited long enough but sold out and also would have been categorized as people who'd get something out of it? I mean, I guess you go, well, you got something out of it, and I did. I guess then I'd have to assess what level I want to buy in. Buying in if I think the new project could do something. I think there was a lot of really good developers in that project in the space. They're massively going to be poached right now. It should be interesting to see if any of them stay to whatever that new project is. It is an opportunity to grow back up from the ground up, but no matter what, if you get into whatever that token is, just be safe to say there's going to be nothing but FUD for the very decent future. Everyone who's in crypto now that understands crypto, if they do a fork, they will spread nothing but FUD on Reddit, Twitter. Anytime anyone says, I have this token, it will be, it's going to crash, Ponzi scheme, scammed. They're going to say that. Everyone's going to want to shit on it because, crypto, unfortunately, is very fanboy. It's very, this is the coin I subscribe to. This is the token I subscribe to, and you're wrong because it's not mine, unfortunately. Because it's a bunch of young gents like us who are very angry at the world, apparently. I bought only 200,000 Terra Luna. Did you buy at the top, or did you buy recently? What happens to the people that bought coins after it fell this bad? What do you mean? After, like, it's in you're buying it down here at the low, or did you buy it mid? Did you catch the knife and as it was falling down? Then I think you're just kind of shit. They're only going to offer help in the new fork to people who had it pre-depeg, pre-crash. I heard some rumor that they create a new major token for Luna. What's your opinion on that? Yeah, they won't create it. They're creating a whole new network is the entire rumor. Well, it's not even a rumor. It's an actual proposal. It's over here. And they want to create a fork, and then these percentages here, they will give certain percentages. So if you were a Luna holder before, they'll give you 40%, or 40% of what they're going to bring to the table, they will end up allocating to Luna holders. So you'll get whatever fraction that is that distribution of it. So it would be very small, but it would be the equivalent of buying in the earliest you could, right? It'd be like the equivalent of a private sale. So if it ever did over time 100x, you'd be you'd probably make your money back. But that would be, like I said, there's going to be a lot of FUD related to this project in the near future from everyone in the community. Now, if you could get new retail investors interested in it, then you'd be okay. It's so fake to copy the contract and start over. You don't like how it went, so let's make the same coin and start over. Completely against what crypto is about. Yeah, it's a tough situation. It's like it failed, so you're gonna do it again. And honestly, as much as I want to say that it failing wasn't I don't believe it should have failed. Honestly, I feel like it was on the verge of being something great. Clearly, it had this flaw that makes it so it wasn't. And really, if we think about it, the one token or cryptocurrency out there, there's one that is pretty much infallible at this point, and that's Bitcoin. So the rest of them will always have some sort of inherent flaw that can result in crashes, can result in all sorts of weird stuff. Bitcoin's the only one because it has one purpose and it has one network. And that's it. There's no things flying off of it and networks and protocols on it. There's not such all shit around it. So I do, Dr. Terps, I do agree somewhat to it. It's kind of it's kind of weird. But I know they probably want to keep, because they did a really good job together. It's like here we go. The way I look at it, it's like imagine a company that because of some, and it happens all the time, like a group of developers, game developers, and they go and build a game, and they love working together, and they make a really cool game, but they go broke doing it, and they collapse. The game barely makes it out, and that's it, and the whole development team collapses. It happens all the time. They want to work together again, so they end up being poached, but a lot of them try to work together. Some of them start their own companies. That's probably what should happen, but what they're trying to do is keep the band together. Crypto is not for the faint heart. No, it is not for the faint of heart at all. And that's what I spend the majority. So on crypto here, like on YouTube, I spend the majority like kind of chatting with people in crypto. And because, you know, that's really where a lot of us spend the time is like between a lot of these protocols and researching on YouTube and stuff like that. And then over on TikTok, because I know a lot of people over there are new to the space, and I know there's a lot of scammers out there, so I spend a lot more time over there trying to educate people about like what you're getting into, and if you're gonna do it, know a few of the basics, because like I find what I get a lot of shade over there for is I realize that there's a lot of people going, this is all known information. And when I'm talking about like the Bitcoin halving cycle, or I'm talking about like the downside potential risk of the bull market ending, or you know what gamify actually means, what play to earn means. And they're like, everyone knows this. Everyone knows this. And I'm like, no, only people in crypto know this. And it's not an easy thing. It's so daunting. There's such a vast amount of information out there for you to absorb so you don't get taken advantage of. That doesn't mean you're good. If you just know the basics, you just now know enough not to probably get screwed easily. But you still can get screwed. So I try to like make it very clear, because there's a lot of people I think want to get in, but they also don't. There's a lot of people who want to get in, but they don't spend the time actually. So they'll FOMO in, basically is where I'm getting. They'll FOMO in. I see a lot of retracted messages. What did I say? Was I saying something that we want to call me out on? I bought at 3021. Okay. I mean, you're in a good spot relative to things. So you bought there. So you've made a little bit of money. It's up to you how much you put in. If you want to take profits, 22% is a good gain by a lot of people's standards. It's a lot of people's 200,000 tokens are going to be worthless if they go V2. Well, no, not 100%. That's what I've been saying. So if you have if they're on chain tokens, then yes, they're going to be, not necessarily. They may end up giving you something like I mentioned to over here. Oh, what I hit. But if they do a V2, the reason that this is trading at all, call me alpha, is that it's, or do you want me to call you actually alpha, or should I use the whole thing, call me alpha? What would you prefer? Just alpha? Is that the ticket? It's its own sustaining ecosystem right now. So there's a large group of people who are trading money amongst themselves, and that could continue to go. I think what we're seeing play out is kind of like one of those, within the crypto community, like one of the Wall Street Bets, GME things. But I don't think it's really going to make it as big as it did before. This was the opportunity for it to go like insanely parabolic, but I don't think it's going to that much. Okay, I'll call you alpha. That's good. I'm glad we sorted that out. Is that why you chose the name Call Me Alpha? What's it called? You know, usernames are always so hard when reading in stream. I don't want to be offensive, and at the same time, you're also trying to like pronounce it right. And sometimes it's like, I remember my earlier tags when I was younger. You know, when you're using zeros and Z's and X's, some fun stuff. Because you were so cool. I still have a few of those. Got an X at the beginning. Yeah. I think it's, I still think that the entire meme portion of it has the potential here. So if you are sitting in here, guys, know that there is a potential. It's bad enough that a lot of newbies got torched last year buying at the top of the bull run, so they will likely not return. I think there's a lot of people who are not going to return. Again, pointing to UST having $12 billion. I think there's a lot of big guys in there too, a lot of whales in there. And, even people, I don't know if you guys heard of Alex Becker, I would imagine so. He was saying how he pulled 7 figures out of there and he lost 6-7% when he did it. There's a lot of people who are big money inside of those, and they've lost a significant amount of money. They're going to be super pissed about this. Now, here's the thing with bigger. I did see a comment about wealthier people that someone made. Oh, I think it was actually in this proposal. It's one of these first statements. Wealthier people are a little more accustomed, or they're more able to deal with a loss of a large amount, because either they have the ability to make it back, they have made it back, they're just more experienced in that manner. Again, when you have that kind of money, it's not quite the same effect. I mean, it can, but you're still okay. I think for the small holders, and that's what a lot of people are here saying, like when you lose, Richard, if it's like you're sitting there looking at 20K, or you're looking at, even for some people, 5K, or maybe it's 100K. It's like, it's your life savings. And it took years and years and years to get to that in some cases. In some cases, you came up, easy come, easy go. But in a lot of cases for people, it's wipe off the face of the earth. And they're not going to return. I saw so many people going, I am done with crypto. I am so over it. Like, this was supposed to be a very stable place. And this is what's disappointing about this, is that this whole thing crashing removed one of what was a community of people that thought, hey, here's a really cool thing. They were all in it. Everyone was in Terra and Luna. Anchor Protocol was there. Everyone felt pretty good about it as its little slice of where it was in the metaverse, so to speak. And it completely just crumbled. And here they are sitting there left looking at the ashes, for lack of a better analogy, like the Twin Towers, and then looking around being like, what are we going to do? Where do we just go now? Like, where do all these people go into? What do they do with? They don't have any money, and they can't, like, being in crypto costs. I was looking at some games today that was kind of frustrating to me, and I was like, still kind of shocked at how much some of these games are costing to get in. I'm like, you can't. I'm not buying a $50 NFT to play this little, like, you know what I mean, pocket game. Even though there's a play to earn mechanism potential there, like, it's not going to be, it needs to be super easy to get in, because it'll be like $50 for this NFT. Some of these horse ones, a couple $100. It's like, I'm not spending $200-300 on something that fluctuates every time Bitcoin goes down. I don't know. That's my thought on sort of, how did I get on NFTs and Bitcoin gaming? I'm not gaming, but altcoin gaming. But Richard, I was talking about not likely to return. Yeah. New people will come in, and that's why I've been making it a point to talk to as many people as I can to educate them about some of those basic things, and getting shade from a lot of other traditional investors or already crypto investors. I don't know, all my friends always call me that also. So yeah, Alpha is fine, buddy. Thanks. No worries. You good. Richard, now this Luna incident will only further discourage attracting new investors. Well, here's the thing. I believe that yes and no. I believe, and that's not that's not a right way to answer. I believe yes, in the sense that, of course, this sort of information, and it even made it to the news, which is, funnily enough, I think this will play into the SEC and regulations. They will use this as a guiding light for clamping down with more regulations, saying, look at what happened, this is why we need it. And that will cause a lot of people to throw fear at it. But what the other thing I will point to is the fact that and I see your second comment there, especially retail investors, is that they aren't paying attention to this kind of news. So a lot of people I talk to who aren't in crypto yet, but may be in the future, don't pay attention to it at all. So what do you think about that? I'm on the fence about how they will react, right? So there's $1.3 trillion in crypto right now. That's small. Like, there's hedge funds that manage more money than that, and they only have a handful of clients. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, with the retail investors' sentiment, you do. The institutional buyers are going to be a big one. They're going to want regulations for sure. I don't know why, though. I would think they would have more fun in a decentralized space, because they can move the markets. They know how to do these sort of like crazy crashes. Maybe it's small potatoes for them. That's the problem. Crypto's like gambling. It will never die. And that's a good point too. A lot of people have been like, you're just gambling. It's a scam. It's going to go to zero. I'm like, if people are making the money they are now, or the potential to make, I gotta scroll this over so we can do it. 5,000% in 24 hours. You can take 75 cents and turn it into 37. How could you not? How intertwined is Wall Street with crypto? Not much. They are institutional investors. They're not really in it because it doesn't have regulations. They want regulations. They like them because it tells them what the lanes are. And the way Wall Street works is go, cool, because they've dealt with all this kind of Wild West in the 1920s. They dealt with this stuff when the stock markets were first made and really being created. They've gone through all this nonsense. Here's the thing that kind of pisses me off is that they always throw shade at crypto. A lot of people do, and they talk smack, and they're always talking about fiat and how it's got like a, crypto's all bullshit. You got to get into fiat, stick with normal dollars, US dollars. I'm like, they've all gone through the same nonsense of crashes and inflation and basically like scams, and they've had their own version of it, but through time they've come up with some sort of, rules and mechanisms to go through it, but also like, these are the things that were bad, we squashed those down, and they found their way coming out the other side. And going back to what Wall Street likes is that it likes to have its guardrails, so to speak, for the bumpers. It's like it likes to put the bumpers when bowling. It likes to put them in and it goes, cool, now within this, I'm going to get wild. Like, because I have so much money to throw at this, I'm going to now spend money on the wealthiest people or the smartest people to be able to make money in this space. If you tell me those are the lines, I'm going to do it legally and then the government can't come after me. And they do. They spend a lot of money legally and all that jazz. They will come back to crypto. Hey, if you want to gamble, get that channel, get that. Let's get that crypto. That's what I say to everyone. They see me, my friends all now, as soon as they see me run my hands, they go, oh God, not crypto. I go, let's get that shit. Let's get it. I like this. This is my gesture for let's get money, crypto. Do you know if they are still minting tokens? So to my understanding, David, they have frozen the network. This is the reason we see any price action we do here, because there is no inflation from the minting of new tokens. So take that for what it is. I'm not 100%, but I haven't seen any tweets after the one that was posted like 2 days ago, which was about here. Really, it was right about here. This is when they stopped the whole thing, they halted it. This was inflation causing, boom, halted it, money made. And I wish I had to realize it at the time. That's why I say right now news is going to be key, because if there's something like, oh, we turned it back on to fix something, then this will go down. Some people notice some burning going on as well. Yeah, there's going to be burning probably going on back and that might, or if the network is running, only if the network's running they can burn. To my understanding, unless I'm seeing it right. My retraction statement are just misspellings. Oh, don't worry about that stuff here, man. Yo, we are in the cryptoverse where you got to technically use misspellings to get the right words across. You know what I'm saying? There supposedly is a portable. A portable what? Need more arrows. Let's go. Yeah, I know, you're right. Hold on. I got one over here. Hold on. I got it. Let's do it for the memes. Let's get some more. Oh, check. Do you think this one works? I think this one's pretty good. I like. Where should we put this one? Let's just put this here, because this like affirms that TA is good TA. And oh, come on, guys. How, am I missing this? How do you rotate? How did I not? Why can't I? What? Oh, I gotta grab the circle ones. That's why. Yeah. All right, guys. What do you think about that, Les? I stuck with it. I think it was you who suggested it yesterday, right? Keep hitting said prematurely. That's why I'm retracting. Oh, you good? What, do you want like an iPad or something? I've lost almost 80K from Luna and went to chase my losses. I still have 15K remaining in my portfolio. Is it wise to chase my losses in case Luna has a massive run? Jerome, I'm not the right person because I'm in a similar position. I'm down and I have some and I would love to chase my losses. I'm not. I know that this would have been a good opportunity. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. We have all been in here speculating for probably the last hour. Anyone who's been with me for a while or coming and going, we're not sure. It's too memey to really tell. That said, if there was some bullish news, and if you are up on the Twitter feeds and you are up on the news, and you do see something that gives you some sort of bullish aspect or some sort of bearish version and you're confident placing shorts, then that would be your best bet at this point. Because right now, even though it's kind of short, we are trading sideways to some degree. Like before, like if you were doing this, I would have said, hey, we're going up. So you're either, you know what I mean? Like you could still play that. You can still play this going sideways. It's still a 50-50. I don't know. I just don't know what's even driving this right now, honestly. I think it is all punters like us trying to recoup gains to get out of it. So at your own peril? Which if true means 1 trillion every 280 days. Oh, okay, Richard, what did you say? There's supposedly a wallet portal showing the burning at 41 million per 10 minutes. Wow. 1 trillion every 280 days. That's not that crazy. I mean, they were making trillions faster. They're doing for a burning for UST. $280 days, 1 trillion. They only need to burn. I don't know how much they need to burn to make that all right. Yeah, I'm not sure what that leads to. Throw them in the chat. What do you guys think? What do you think that means? What Richard Moore said. Yes, on my mobile and the keyboard is too small. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's dumb. The little keyboard. I want the bigger one. It's like one of those moments where now that I'm also broke and my portfolio's gone, like before I was entertaining the new phone and now I can't. It's like the little things that really suck, but it still works fine. You know? It's like sometimes you're looking for those like, oh, it's getting slow. Didn't open the browser fast. Is it breaking? Is it breaking? And then it doesn't break. And then it wakes up one day and it's like, great. It's been great. It's an 8+. Shouldn't slam it that hard. Can't afford one now. Where I went with that was, I want a bigger one. That's where I was going with that. I know I kind of derailed onto it. I want the big one from a thumbs. I would be okay. I actually kind of want an iPad mini. I really want an iPad mini as my daily walk around. Because I don't, maybe half the size. I guess that's kind of the Max Pro. Need some massive burns and UST to go back to stable 1. Yeah, I mean, massive burns and people to chill out. This would have had a chance. It's just, you know what kind of sucks about this is like if you look at this, and let me know if you think this is wrong. If it wasn't for fear, I tried to bring that confidence to the market, and that's why I missed here and here. I got out somewhere over here. If the confidence was, if they weren't selling, if the fear wasn't there, this would have been able to go back up. Now, had it reached there, people would have all tried to sell at the same time, therefore pulling it down. But if we had have all just stood in line, if there was some way to make people stand in line and just go, cool, we can now pull out another million, we can now pull out another million, couldn't it have theoretically just eventually, because I didn't need it back right away. I just wanted to make sure it was out at the most value it could be. That was it. I feel like there's a lot of people who would have been like, cool, if you're telling me I can't touch it for a month, but it will be at $1, that's it. That's all I need. Like, isn't there something that we could have done to that? Or at least some sentiment from Kwon or something. Burning Luna, I heard. Yeah, but I don't know how are they still burning it? Oh, they're burning. Yeah, it's people burning it to. But what are they burning it for? Oh, they're burning it to mint the UST. But again, it's like the whole thing's broken. Like, what are you getting out of both of these situations? To mint UST, that doesn't help. Did you say it was a 50-50 chance? Yep, there's a big chance. Yeah, 50-50. It's a 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance of what? 50-50 chance of going up and down? Yes. Yep. Of both. I have a 7 Plus and now I can't watch vids on Safari. Oh, they want you to buy the new phone. Oh, bro, that sucks. So that means this one's coming up. It still works pretty good. But the 7, that's... I think this was the first round version, right? I don't remember. It's going to be soon. That's how Apple rolls. That's how they roll. At least they got layaway. We'll see if I'm still around. Hey, this is the perfect time for me to let you guys know. So I'm trying to double down on my content during this period of time. I have no money and I'm trying to make money on YouTube. So if you find any entertainment or value out of this, hit the like button. And if you want to come back around, subscribe, but you don't have to. I don't mind. But anything of there, any support is awesome. So maybe one day I can have a phone and have a house to live in. That's where I'm at right now. Who doubles down when this sort of stuff? This is the thing. I made the decision like 2 days before this happened that this is what I was going to do and focus on. And then this happened. And then all my savings went away. And I'm laughing because I'm sad. The whole market is broken right now. Down 50%, waiting for the breakout. Could be like this for months and months. Yep. Are you talking in the market total, Les? Or are you in this? Are you sitting in this right now? I think, and I was saying this earlier before you showed up, Les, that I still think we've got some downside. I don't necessarily think we're going to 85% down from the all-time high, but I do think it's a worst-case scenario, something we need to be prepared for from Bitcoin, and we know it's going to drag. So I've been curious about putting some shorts, actually. But those are always scary as hell, and do I really want to lose the rest of what I have? Maybe I'd throw like 10% at it or something. You're good, Richard. Hey, that's why it's my job. I got to get more prepared. It's like I said, I don't know if you've been seeing my streams. I've been doing them regularly these last 4 days, 5 days, or trying to, maybe one day in between. So I need to get better at occasionally pinging that information for anyone, because people cycle through, right? So it's like, hey, if you're finding value, hit the like, don't forget. And I find that whenever people do it for me and I'm watching the stream, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, for sure. A like is always awesome. So I do appreciate it. It does help. Esta en inglés. Poco español. Mostly swear words. Lo siento. You just started this channel, damn, you're natural. Much obliged, thank you for it. I actually did have a stab at streaming a while ago on Mixer, and I actually had a blast at it, and my friends often tell me, so I'm an introvert naturally, so when there's no one to talk to, I will just sit there quietly with my music on. But when I'm talking about something I care about, like crypto, they always tell me I could talk to a wall. And I will happily talk to a wall. I've been trying to get better at when nobody's in stream and I start off, I'm just talking to the screens. So I try to make it fun, for me, this is a space this is why I dig the streaming, and I didn't think YouTube would have really the platform that was needed for this, but I've been pleasantly surprised so far. I think I've just got the right search, so I don't know what to do when this is no longer a topic people want to talk about. We'll see what happens. So hopefully I see you guys around. But I like the streaming just because it is an opportunity to talk with like-minded people. Because a lot of my friends, a lot of people, I don't know if you guys feel that same way. It's like a lot of people they're not, you're in crypto and nobody around you is, right? Like nobody I know is. They want to get in, and I try to explain to them. And I literally open my mouth. I go, well, and they go, whoa, that's way too crazy. And I go, I didn't say anything. And they go, I don't know what you're saying. It's like one of those scenes. My story is I never had Terra on my radar until after the crash. Then I made a quick 100 on dip. Hope you guys make it all back. Holding 615K now, and I'll see what tomorrow brings. David, my friend, $615,000 or 615,000 Luna. Either way, Godspeed, my friend. If you made that kind of money, I am super happy for you. If not, then if you're sitting here waiting for a little bit of action, we appreciate the good well wishes. We could use more of that kindness. Please love and note all of the stickies that we have going on, which are all fantastic TA. Thank you for coming through and giving the good vibes. Okay, you got 615,000. I have to. I'm. That's why I'm trying to like double check on all these numbers because we're in such a wild place. Again, there was like a 5,000% gain here. I got so much going on this screen. Les, if you're still here, I hope you're happy. I talked to my wall. I apologize when I punched a hole in it 3 days ago. Was that right after? Was that right after you did your little spend? Oh, Ricardo, lo siento, what dice? Obvio que en inglés. Necesito in dictionary. And why no inglés? Sorry, again, obviously it's very little I understand. So, y por qué and why no inglés? ¿Por qué no inglés? I mean, habla inglés. No habla mucho español, poco español. You just call me Guerrero? Do Kwon made some mad cash from all of this. He should be held criminally responsible. How? So what did he get out of this? Did he get out of this? That's what I was thinking. Like, how could he get a bunch out of this? What did he make out of it? Yeah, after losing everything. Hey man, I've been there. I did that first time I quit, one of my first jobs. It was actually a door. I was very thankful actually. What did you hit? Did you punch into drywall? I can't imagine that felt great. I punched into like a hollow core door, so it was like paper mache. It was just like, okay. You're good. I'm glad you're happy with the indicators, Les. I'm glad you're happy with the indicators. Ricardo makes no sense. That's what I was thinking. Like I don't know much, but I'm still necesito un diccionario. Okay, yes. Who does? You do or we do? I feel like we're all, I'm trying. I could pull up Google Translate. I feel like there was, Ricardo, did we, estoy buscando, did I answer you in one of my comments before? I did Google Translate it. I did kind of understand what you were saying is like, when was the game launching? So again, I understand Poco. I can kind of read it a little bit better than I can spell it, but apparently that doesn't look like it. Looking for words. Okay, no worries. Todo bueno, señor, todo bueno. How is that? So which part of this is looking for words? Palabras is probably words, eh? No. It's always backwards. Buscando. Yeah, looking for. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was the other way around. Plaster, yeah. That can't feel. Those are the one I'm looking at right here. And dense. How's your hand doing? Did you hurt it? It's always one of those where you're just like, I want to see the world burn, and then after you do it and your knuckles don't move. That's probably why I've been practicing on the punching bag. I got 150 pound behind this wall here that I've been using. And at first, when you first start it, it hurts and calluses and they start bleeding a lot. But now the gloves, you don't even need it after a while. So I'm like ready. I keep looking at things, and sometimes it raises your aggression. So you like. Sometimes when I get angry, I'm like, and then I'm like, necesito is I need. Sí. Oh, yes, sorry, not needed. But I was thinking he was saying us. Because my problem with Espanol is that I always, whenever I throw it, I say, I cut out the like short words because I'm not very good at putting them together. So when I say like things, I cut out like me and I and you because I always get them confused around. And like tienes and Tango. Tienes is you need or I need. I can never, no, tú, yo, tú sabe, you understand? Tienes. I don't know. I can't remember. Are you invested in other altcoins? I've got a bag of ADA right now, is all I have, which realistically I should have got out a long time ago, to be honest, just to get out. I still believe in the project, I think. But I was waiting for it to come back around. Actually, Richard was talking about possibly there being some sort of fork coming up. What happened was I got so frustrated with it continuing to go down and realizing that yes, I had sort of missed the opportunity. I basically could have done a double, and I was really being greedy and going for a triple. And I let it come all the way back down and just really didn't want to believe it because I thought it would settle down. And it continued to fall and fall and fall. And so at this point I was like, that was going to be my bag of just like stuff I left in, and the stable was supposed to be my coins I didn't touch. But at this point now, so I had to put it in the category of like, I won't even pay attention to next bull run. And that's what I thought about it. So I haven't been paying attention to ADA at all. I've seen a little bit of shade thrown its way, which is unfortunate, but I'm definitely holding that. What else do I have? I have an ETH. I have some ETH still, but I want to get out. I think I want to get out again because I point to this. I think I want to get out just for a minute, or do a short on it. I think a short on it would be nice. Between that, the ETH, and do pull like an Ave, pull out some money there. I don't know. He's speaking different Spanish, and I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting it. You pickle Rick. I'm sorry, I didn't see your name. I do love your profile pic. Pickle Rick, habla mucho español? No, just a little knuckle scrape, but my PC keyboard paid the ultimate price. Yeah, buddy. I bet it did. Something had to be sacrificed. 100%. Someone was talking to me about anger and like how, and they were like saying, it doesn't, after you break something, it's not a good thing. And I'm like, no, sometimes it's much needed. And there was the other day, I think, what was I pissed at? Something. Oh, I think I was trying to make a video. And I recorded this one line over and over. And I got in this like loop where I couldn't get out of saying it. And then it made me angry. And I was like, I need to break something. So I went outside in the garage and I just found a metal rod for like a shelf and just started wailing on the punching bag. And then it migrated from the punching bag to the floor because I was like, it wasn't breaking. And then I was like, I want it to break because it's this or the screen. Like I needed something to break, but I didn't want it to be valuable. So, but now it's actually kind of cool. It broke from a long rod down to these little things. And I hope this isn't too much sharing to show you guys what kind of psychopath I actually am. He's all fun and games on camera, and then, behind the screen. Who am I kidding? That's human nature, right? Right? I don't know. Oh, sorry. There we go. Keyboard, ultimate price. What do you think about Luna? ¿Qué piensas sobre? ¿Qué piensas sobre? Okay. What? What you think about Luna? It's pretty much done. If you got into it, ¿tú sabe? Like, ¿tú sabe inglés? Is that okay? I mean, obviously you kind of get what I'm saying. So it's pretty much done. They've stopped the network. There is some action going on that we are seeing here because it's a closed ecosystem. Does it have a potential to go way back up? Probably not. Can it go up within relative amount from here? Yes. But Luna, I don't know how best to say poco finito. Like probably finito. Rabiu Usman, good job. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I don't know if you're talking about my español. Mi español? Haha, somehow dissipates anger. Just, enough, like maybe, what it reminds me, if you ever seen Max Payne was, you know, the one with the Wayne brother where he's like the sergeant and he talk like this. Anyway, there's like a scene that I always remembered, and it really made me think about it. And he's like, the guy's shot, and he's like, you want me to take your mind off that pain? And he's like, yeah, please, oh God, please. He's like, okay, and he's like, and then he just like breaks his finger, right? It's like trading, and it always stuck with me because it's very interesting how you trade one pain for another. I started off with SHIB, made a quick buck with it, and then got suckered in with that. Dude, SHIB, I got friends, all my friends who want to get in crypto, they ask me before, and then they go, dude, I got SHIB. And I'm like, what? After everything I told you, you went and bought SHIB? And now I'm here, started off with 1G, had no clue what I was doing, and made like 400x off that. Yo! Oh, you started off on like low SHIB though? That's nice, Les. How you do? So what do you just in it for the memes, or what's the trip with all of it? Why are you managing to come out the other side? Low SHIB, yeah. How'd you get in? So this is the thing. It's like because I don't spend much time. I need to get a little bit better at like looking deep at early projects. Obviously, just for the YouTube channel and trying to make it so that it's like on the edge of what people want to search for. How do you? Let's take a look at SHIB right now. How do you? Where'd you come up on that? Where'd you come up on that? And where was it by the time you had heard it that it still wasn't too blown up that you could get into it? Do you think this will even be in here? Why is it sometimes called Tetherus on Thingo? Would you get in at? How many zeros? Five. Oh, damn, my bro. I can't even, I honestly swear, I have no idea, I can't see anything, it's so small. 4 zeros. Is there a place to like get to a, oh yeah, I want to get down here anyway. Oh, for God's sakes. I gotta get better at, just give me this scroll here. Is that 5 zeros? That's 5 zeros. 0.6. Damn, bro. What did you sell up here? Damn. Damn, you got some good friends, Les. I hope you bought him dinner one night. I hope you bought him dinner. Damn, dude, you're living the dream, man. It's those memes that most of us are in it for. Just a lot of scalping, trading, opportunists. It's about all that is keeping Luna afloat. And Uper, Hypersters propping it up as well, for sure. I mean, I'm kind of doing, I don't know if I'm doing my diligence as far as a YouTube Hypester. I'm kind of, still talking about it, but I'm trying to make it more of like this kind of community where we can chat about it. But yeah, like you go search it, and I searched it, and I was like, I wonder if there's worth it all making a video about it. I was like, probably not, because obviously I'm too small. And I searched, and it was just pages and pages of like, just like explosions and red and fucking. It's such a weird gig. It's such a weird thing. Making those thumbnails will never get easy. Zeros are even in my nightmares now. I bet, man. Zeros are even in your nightmares. I bet they are. It's too many. I've never played with anything down with these many zeros. This is the first time, actually. Again, like those shivs, meme coins, and stuff like that. How did he fucking get on it? Yo, Les, look, here's the thing, bro. If you ever get a good tip, you gotta let your homies know. Remember all the people you met down at the bottom? You gotta just give us a tip. You getting any more good tips from your homie? Who's your homie? Should we know your homie? Should you introduce friends? No, you're keeping it real. I appreciate that. I try to. I try to keep it real. It's hard being in this space too. What I'll say about like doing this, especially, so I got a TikTok that I've been pushing a little bit for, like I said, was mentioning earlier, like people getting into the space, because clearly there's already a bunch of people pushing to crypto, guys. But I'm like, it's so hard no matter what you do, because there's so many people that want to throw hate and shade at it because of what some influencers do. And I don't even like the term influencer, because it's not really what I am. And even if I was to that level, my honest opinion, I mean, obviously, you never really know, but I mean, I do know inside of myself, but I'm just saying that more to the point of getting to that level and being up there, people want to say, oh, it'll change you. It's like, I'm not really here to scam people. Like, I'm also not really here to make a quick buck. That's not the point. And I feel like anyone who's doing it, I think a lot of them do it because it does work. And obviously there's some games we need to play. So it's a duality that's kind of conflicting for me, that frustrates me. So it comes to the clickbait, like spending as much time as I have to trying to make titles clickbaity and the logos looking right and all that. It's like, it's kind of a frustrating side of it. But luckily, if I find some people and we chat about some good stuff, hopefully good stuff comes out of it. But bought CRO at 0.08. Yo, you up on all the good tips, man. Yeah, but you did. Here's the thing. What I'll say to all of this, Les, is that you got in just before a bull run on all of this. So really, if you continue that good luck, then we really need to continue being good friends outside of this stream, because it doesn't work like that unless you're just a savant in the space. Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. See, let's look at Bitcoin. Right, anywhere here, if you had bought anything down here, you'd still be up. This was the beginning of the bull run, you'd still be up. If you bought anything. But there was a lot of those altcoins there was some dumb games made. I saw someone was mentioning some that were like a couple 100,000x gains. So if you put in $1, you made like $200,000. Something stupid. Terra stabilize in moment or get too much ceros? ¿Qué es ceros? Let's look. What do we got here? Ricardo. Inflates the moon. Yes, inflation. Oh, I should have been able to read that. Inflation. Yes, inflation is what caused it. This was inflation. No más inflation. No más. ¿Cómo se dice? Network. And I'm trying not to be offensive. Let's go the other way. To Spanish. It's kind of fun. No, what? Red? Network is red in Spanish? I find that hard to believe. Network finito. Oh, ceros to zeros. Okay. Yes, I see spelling, because it's like I'm not used to hearing it. How are you going to say all that, Albert? How are you going to say 90% of your sentence and then throw one Spanish word at the end? Why are you going to do that to me? Terra stabilizes in moment or get too much to zero. Zeros. I mean, it's hard. This question's getting hard to answer because I feel like I'm answering it, but then at the same time, I'm not sure what the real answers are. It's doing stuff, but it won't do stuff forever. Maybe. I take that back. I don't know. How about that? Does that help? Gold Moon, yes. Network is red. And internet, I guess. Golden Moon. Are you being serious? Network? Like network is literally red in Espanol? And internet? Do they pronounce it red? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Or is it like re? Or something like that? The D's and R's and G's always get me. Ayo, the W Luna volume on Coinbase was 9 mil this morning. Okay. But is 7.3 million right now. So people are getting out. The liquidity is being burnt. So that might be going back to what Richard, who was it, was saying before, that there was a burning, right? Weren't you mentioning that there was something you saw about a burning being done? So maybe that has to do with it. Maybe people are taking it off there and burning it, throwing it through the bridge. What could that mean? It's decreasing by 61%. Oh, they could also just be moving it off to other exchanges for arbitrage opportunities. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But W Luna is one of those ones that also is like a, you know what I mean? It's like a burnable one for something else. So people are probably taking it and there's an arbitrage opportunity and they're burning it or they're trading it somewhere else. But what effect that will have on the overall thing, I don't know what more craziness that could involve to this. I think the fluctuations we're seeing here now are kind of a byproduct of what little burning or minting there may be in combination with memes and trading. People trying to make money like us. You almost bought Dogecoin, but you were late. Oh, it does not want to even have Doge on here. Doge. All right, I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, unfortunately, so as far as I understand, the network has been halted. So there's nothing going on in the network. I have had Richard in the chat mention, and I think someone else confirmed it earlier, that there was potentially some burning going on at maybe a bridge or a portal or something. So that might be that action happening. What that effect will have, because again, you got to remember now that there's not a burning minting mechanism, so there isn't an inflation or deflationary cause to the entire supply. It's just a bunch of tokens sitting out there, and this trading action is people trading amongst themselves. So it's like a fixed cap now. So here's the weird thing with this is that it doesn't have a network to exist on. However, there's an ERC20 version of it. There's also a Terra version of it. And as far as I can understand, the exchanges will have the two versions. So like when I go on KuCoin and I go to purchase, when I would purchase Luna or I would purchase UST, I had the option to send it over ERC20 or Terra network. So it means that they had a certain amount of liquidity in both. And pending which one I chose, they would just allocate me that version and then let me send it out of the wallet whenever I wanted to. I didn't pick when I bought it. I just bought Luna, and then they would be like, well, which one do you want to use? And then I could tell them. So there will be a point when they run, someone will, here's the thing, the coin exists now, which is interesting. So I don't really know what this entirely means for it. Because there's so much of it out there, and so many people hold it. Does anybody know if KuCoin has stopped selling of Terra? Last I checked, it was still running. I don't have my account on here to actually check. Isn't there a prices section? Don't they have like a prices? I think we can actually just go look too, can't we? Cool. What are we looking for? Luna? I'd assume you're going to go against USDT. Nope, still trading. Won't let you sell. Won't let you sell. I don't know why. That's interesting. Maybe you have a lock on your account. Yeah, KuCoin's the stuff. Hey, oh, I have a link. Oh, I got to get used to this too. So as part of, if you are looking for KuCoin, if you like KuCoin, I support it. It looks like we have a couple of other KuCoin users. If you like KuCoin and you're in the chat, I have a link, an affiliate link in the description if you want to use KuCoin. Wow. I'm working on it, guys. I'll get better at this. I'm going to get something up on the stream that's like link in the description, KuCoin. I should really start using this to promote it. I should start using this. We should do all the TA on here. The TradingView, I mean, it is TradingView, so I can technically do it on here. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start using this. I'm not shilling. It's just part of the trip, guys. I'm trying to be... I got to make this make money. I'm curious, how small it is, I'm really scared to find out how much they actually pay once I get it to 1,000 subscribers. I'm hoping that it's in one of those niches, you know, where they talk about like you can make more money at certain niches. I'm hoping crypto is still one of those niches that pays something. Let me test that sell on KuCoin. Richard, are you buying more? Are you selling more? You're scaring me. You did want to get out of some of that position. Maybe it is useful. What the heck then? That's odd. No account is fine. I bought yesterday. GMT is cool. It's not available in our country. GMT. I don't know why I keep doing that. Like it's what's it called? I keep typing in there and just hitting enter as if it's gonna, like I shouldn't make an extra choice. Didn't I look at this earlier? Yeah, this one was on the trending. Isn't this on the homepage trending? Yeah. What's up with this? What's up with this GMT? What is it? Out of curiosity. I literally pulled this up at the very early beginning of the chat. I don't know if you were here earlier, but you're able to place a sell order, Richard. So Ghost, it looks like Richard's able to put one. Yeah, it looks like, so I don't know, maybe you're just doing something wrong. I do know, have you used KuCoin before, Ghost? Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Ghost, sorry, it was... I'm getting you because your logo's with the same color. Midnight Ventures. Are you new to KuCoin? Is it your first time? Because I know that when I first started using this down here, it was a little confusing for me too. Just because of the way they worked, as opposed to what I was used to on other exchanges. Ghost. GMT is cool. It's not available in our country. Were you in this chat earlier? What do I think about, because I brought this up. It's random that you bring up GMT, because I literally brought it up earlier, and I just clicked on it, and I was like, what's up with this? But Midnight Ventures. What was I? No, my question was GMT. Yes, this. Were you in the chat? I know I saw one other thing from you. What do you think about all the bots trading? It pisses me off, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But if it doesn't, I think they're trading amongst themselves. But I have heard of tactics, and I can't remember the name. I wish I knew the name so I could like research it a little bit more. But there's a tactic where the bots will look for orders, and they will find orders that you've placed or are putting as sells, and they will jump ahead of you. They'll go boom, and they'll find the number just above, and then they'll make it so that they either drag it down to take your money out, and they put a buy and a sell, and they basically become the people who buy your money out, and they make it go. So instead of actually getting to that place, they go and crash it out, or go the opposite direction, and like they'll close shorts for you. It was an interesting, quick article I read about it. So I'm not super happy about that sort of attitude. I think that there should be... I would like DEXs to stop offering it. I don't think the API should be connecting to them. That said, today I literally connected. I made a crypto hopper bot, because I was actually trying to make it like I was just curious actually. Yes, you've used it for 2 years. Then you know what you're doing. I would imagine you know what you're doing. Unless you just opened the account 2 years ago. You didn't. I assume you didn't do that. GMT, you can crypto mine without having equipment, just holding coins, but it's not available here. Oh, interesting. I've heard of some of these. Yes, where they basically they provide the mining equipment and go do it, and you're just buying into their whole. It's kind of like buying into a mining company, right? Play to earn game fitness app. Am I looking at the right GMT? I don't know if I'm looking at the right GMT, to be honest. Yeah, sorry we couldn't help a little bit more midnight, but yep, definitely looks like it's still trading. So good luck. The bots aren't very profitable. Yeah, as far as using them, here's the first thing to understand about it. If you can just subscribe for free and get a bot and start trading and they worked, what do you think any of us would be doing here? So that's why you know they don't work. It's an interesting one when you sign up for it because you're like what am I selling myself that is like, hey, I'm gonna try this. I can't imagine them working. And this is why sometimes I want to go down that page because if you are a programmer, if you really do understand how to program properly, because really, if you do think about it mathematically, there's traders who can figure out strategies that work in this all day. If you can apply that strategy to a bot, then it would work. It's hands down. I mean, I have to believe it. There's no way it wouldn't be able to find a trend in here and be able to do something to make you a profit, even if it was 1% a day. That'd be a 300% gain a year. That would be great, you know? If you could trade, and you just do it with large volumes, you start trading with like $100,000. Their bots are very profitable if you have patience. But how? Again, the small ones. So I heard a bunch of people saying like, oh, in a year this will pay me out $1 million. It's like, well, is that just because you're accumulating the coin, or what? Because every bot I've seen, it's like they'll have it on for 3 months and it just like fizzles out to like, oh, I got negative 35%. Grid bots don't follow trend. Yeah, I know there's like a lot of different. There's a bunch of variations on the bot types, you know, but yeah, I'm more pointing to like if you know how to program. Because there's so many strategies available to trading. There's almost infinite. So every one of us would have a method of going about it. There's going to be a way to program something to do that. That strategy that you think you have that's unique that your brain can only compute. It's totally something you could mathematically put down. I mean, theoretically, mathematically, everything's explainable. I still like the idea of it working. It would be really cool if you could make one, honestly. If you could just make one, if you could make a trading bot that just something, you know what I mean? Like an arbitrage opportunity. But here's the thing, again, the people who program the bots, here's what it is. If the people who program the bots, if they could make it work very successfully, then they wouldn't be selling the programmed bot. The only reason to sell it is because they're making a business. If you have an unlimited stream of money, because the bot works so fantastic, you would have zero reason to sell it to someone else. Or even out of the kindness of your heart, it would just be like, it would be a better use of your money and time to accumulate an insane amount of money and then just do good things. You would just be like, enough, like Twitter, you'd be like, enough, Elon. Enough. World peace, money, dude. You basically, you'd set your trading bot on a Tuesday, and by a Friday you've amassed 90% of the world. I know that's not really how it would work, but it would be hilarious if it was possible, if it just managed to trade so well that it just like sucked all the capital out of the markets. Are you laughing with me, Ricardo? Did I hit that one on the nail, on the head? Or are you laughing at me trying to translate a little bit earlier? Well, I do think, so I think my voice is starting to get a little raspy. And I think this is a good time. This is probably a good time for me to remind everyone, if you found any value out of this, smash like, subscribe if you want to. If you ever intend to come back and enjoy. I'm thinking maybe next time. Oh, before I do go, if anyone could drop any information on anything else you're interested in. What are you interested in? While I've got a number of people, before everyone runs out after I just said I might be closing up, what is anyone interested in seeing more of? Anything. Just throw it in the chat real quick. Let me know. I'm looking for ideas on anything. I'm always just got to keep open-minded. If we've got other altcoin projects, I'm actually going to throw GMT in my list. I should do that now. But yeah, I'm just looking. I'm always on the verge out there looking for stuff that maybe people are interested in and what you guys are looking at. Les, you got any meme coins if you're still around? Let's put in GMT because I was looking at it too. So yeah, put anything that you're looking at if you're interested in. Money, let's go. I appreciate it. Yep. FGD, I'm going to write that one down. Love it. You love FGD. David, you're still here. Wow, you're just lurking. I love it. Dodge on Mars. Oh, okay. I'll put it on there just for you, Liz. I think I saw this one the other day. Dodgeland Mars. All right, maybe we do. Maybe this is maybe if I do a stream tomorrow or the next day, whatever. If you guys are around, I might be. Maybe I do one of these let's do one of these together. Let's do a review of some of these nonsense together. It's that, or I was thinking about just doing like a random altcoin pick somewhere down the list. Like literally, go in here and just like. Not even first page. No. We ain't played like that. We just page 6. No. That's dumb. That's still too easy. Hold on. Give me a number. Give me like 17. I want 17. I think Altura's all right. That was the first one that caught my eye. Elysia? We'll do something random. AOA? Okay, AOA. Cool. I'm getting these. I appreciate this, guys. This is awesome. This is good. This is great stuff. Sitting here, I always got to rack my brain. Past my bedtime, dude. No, for sure. You're preaching right now. That's why I'm saying goodbye here. I'm Vault Inu. I'm just getting the last bit. Awesome, guys. I appreciate it. Yes! Yo! Here's the thing, guys. We just passed an absolute milestone. And this means that I actually have to work on my bot. I now have sexy chat bots coming in. That means I've made it. Because you only see this on streamers that actually have it. This is amazing. This is actually a good sign. I know it's kind of annoying now, but it's a good sign. Oh yeah, and this isn't financial advice. Fred, thank you so much. I appreciate it. None of this was financial advice. Absolutely everything you heard here was for entertainment and educational purposes only. Don't take any of this to the bank. At the end of the day, I'm just some guy on YouTube. What do you think about that? You think that's the right answers? What time am I usually on? I usually do it in like an afternoon thing, although I'm thinking about bringing it more. I'm trying a morning stream too, but generally it'll be after dinner, so like 7 o'clock my time, and then I'll go to about this, so 2-3 hours here. I'm gonna try and do it more, because like I said, I'm broke and I'm doubling down, guys. If you want to see if we can make it, I'm gonna try and get a Discord. I got to do the whole thing, and I'm not asking anyone to join, but I'm gonna officially try and go this lifestyle route. We'll see if it works. I literally have like a couple months to make it work, or I don't know, shoot myself. One of the two. We'll see. But I appreciate everyone's for stopping by. Thank you for all the tips, reminding me all the nonsense. Potentially new projects like this as compared to Luna. For sure, throw them in there. Anytime here's the thing, generally with me guys, I always want to hear about new projects. That's what I'm on the lookout for. So anything you see out there, throw it down in the chat. Anytime you come across any of my channels, I'm on Twitter, TikTok. I have a Reddit that I'm trying to use just for more organic search and stuff like that. But it's, basically if you come across anything and you see me there and you want to just throw one and leave, that's cool. I just want to find out about them. So. No, it's a legality, anything. All the streamers do it. No, I know. I purposely do it. It's literally the reason I chose my name. was financed opinion. I remember talking with my friend about it before starting, and I was like, I am going to name it this because it's right off the bat already establishing it's an opinion. So I don't want to hear anyone like coming back months later. I don't want to be on one of those lists of like scammer influencer watch lists. Like say if I make it okay and I have a few followers and I'm doing okay and they're like, this guy scammed me. I'm going to be like, yo, bro, it starts with the name and goes all through my content. It's an opinion. But anyway, that's enough for me, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It's great to see everyone returning, everyone who's new. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Awesome, Richard. Thank you for the notifications. And I will see you. Yes, everything is an opinion. I know. That's why I don't know why I have to say it so much, but I appreciate having to say it to everybody. So, got one more in there. If just leave them in. Just keep them coming. Oh, what was that? I got rid of that one. All right, guys. That's it from me, guys. Peace. Have a good evening. Have a good day, whatever it is. And I'll see you on the next one, hopefully.